Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's your boy Kenny Session. Just thought I'd come on for a couple of minutes. We missed our Wisdom Wednesday show this morning, so I thought I'd do a nighttime version for you folks. Little out of energy. I wasn't gonna come on, but then I was like, you know what? You don't have to always be full of all the energy. I've been exhibiting that energy all day. Now it's time to kind of come down a little bit. So I appreciate you guys stopping by today just to kind of look. I just want to read the word to you today. I was reading it myself and I was so blessed this week. I had a client of mine that just got out of the hospital. It was one of those things. I had a client get out of the hospital and I had a very good friend of mine passed away in the hospital a couple of days ago. I've dedicated our show on Monday to Brother Leon Fauntleroy, and he didn't make it. And then I have another client that got out of the hospital today with respiratory issues, and he got out of the hospital. And I'm so grateful to God. That's one of those stories where one makes it and one don't make it. But today I have a little word for you guys. But before I do that, I wanted to talk about our cleanup coming up on Saturday. We're hoping and we're begging, we're pleading with folks to come out and help us. It's a lot of work that needs to be done. It's almost impossible for me to do it by myself. But if I have people that feel the way I do and want to come out and help, we're going to be at 8100 International Boulevard, right at 81st and International Boulevard on Saturday. This past Saturday, I was a little disappointed. We had a lot of people, like what we're doing. They like the idea, but they didn't like it enough to come out and help. And that's what we're listening. Not You don't have to live in that neighborhood. You can live anywhere. You can live anywhere in the state if you want. You guys, you can live anywhere in the Northern California. You can live in Oakland, Richmond. We have people who they used to live in Oakland that are in Stockton or Sacramento or Antioch. We want to invite you guys to come back and help us get Oakland back together. A lot of times folks that are not in Oakland, they talk about how bad Oakland is and this, that, and the other, but they're not willing to put any time in to help make it better, make it be something better. So I'm putting in time, I'm making it available for you guys where you can come back and lend a hand so that you guys can have a hand in what Oakland looks like, what Oakland feels like. And quite possibly we may be able to get some more jobs in Oakland. In fact, I was speaking. We've got some job opportunities coming up for security guards. Anybody that's interested in that, getting certified as a guard card, a certified guard, a guard carrying security guard. We do have a referral for you for a very inexpensive way to get the card. If you guys inbox your name and say, "Hey, Kenny, I want the information about the school for the guard card," and we'll get that information out there to you. You guys can see. I see Rico. Thanks for coming through tonight, man. I appreciate you, Rico. Rico is in the room. That's one of my assistants. I appreciate the work that you've been doing, man. I saw all the tables you did, man, and I was so impressed with just the fact that you know what we need and you just do it, man. And I appreciate you for that, man. And I just want to thank the rest of my team that's out there too. Susie, I appreciate what she does, and Bella, and we have E-Boy over there as well in the Philippines. That's my administrative staff. They take care of me. They make sure I look the way I look. They make sure we have backgrounds. They make sure our transactions are going smoothly. They answer our phones. They answer questions. They screen clients. They do a little bit of everything. So I just want to shout them out tonight for the work that they do. Just keeping me on point, and it allows me to be in more places and do more things. So a big shout out to Team Session Real Estate in the Philippines. Tonight, I just wanted to read it's a real simple word to us, but it meant a lot to me. January 26th, 2022. I keep hearing the phrase, "What goes around comes around." It means that our actions will have consequences. Basically, if we want to be treated with respect, we must treat others with respect. If we want to be loved, we must be loving. When we disrespect others, we will be disrespected. Whatever we sow, we will sow. It will produce a harvest that we reap. Wait a minute. Whatever we sow will produce a harvest that we reap, whether good or bad. We get to choose. Galatians 6:7. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man so seeks, that shall he also he shall reap. And one of the things about my life and the things that I do some of the things that I do because I want to be thought of as a guy who was a community guy, a guy who was willing to do the right thing in the face of anything wrong. I want to be a guy that's known as being very generous, but also very frugal, which I'm not very frugal. I'm very more generous than I am frugal, if you guys will. But I am working on that. I'm gonna be working on saving some money I'm that guy that invests in everything, and just waiting for the right one and believing everything is gonna hit. But we're going to be changing that in 2022. We've got some big plans. Many of you guys have heard I'm running for city council. I'm going to be needing your guys' support. We're just getting it together. I know it's been a couple months, a month and a half, but we're not rushing into this. We're taking our time and getting all of our ducks in a row. One of the things that we're starting to do right now, and we just want to see what kind of support we get, is we're cleaning up Oakland. And if I see people coming out to support me, then I know that you guys are going to support my candidacy and some of the ideas that I have that I want to bring to the city. In fact, I don't even have to bring to the city. What I want to do is just go out and start doing what we need to do. Everybody and what I've been watching council meetings and watching different things. And one of the things I know that's so common amongst all of them is they talk too much. They talk about what they study, what they gonna do, and they spend more time studying what they gonna do than it actually takes the time just to go ahead and do it. And so I want to bring that to the city. I see something that needs to be done. I don't have to get nobody's approval to clean up the city of Oakland. And that's the main thing. I don't need nobody's approval. I don't have to have a seat at the table. I don't have to have none of that. But I just have a desire to see Oakland be better. I love Oakland. And when you love something, you treat it well. You know what I'm saying? When you get what comes around, if you put out great things in the city, great things are going to come back. Another thing, our goal that I have is to slow down the murders in Oakland. I truly believe without I'm physically going to catch the murderers and catching them in the act, I think an overt message is that, excuse me, is that we take care of our streets. We get our streets clean. I just watched today on my street. I've been cleaning my street every day. It's about a quarter of a mile long. And I clean it up every day. I pick up paper that people dropped last night or threw chicken boxes out of the window. We've got cups. People just throw out half-eaten hot dogs. People just will ride down your street and throw a half-eaten hot dog out the window. Yeah, I picked one of those up today. And I just I just walked up my street picking up the trash on the whole street. And I saw people coming out starting to thank me. Thank you, man. It looks so nice out here. It feels so nice. Doesn't it feel nice when things are clean? When you can go to a comfortable neighborhood where you can drive up in the suburbs. And that's why a lot of people want to get out of the city, because the city is dirty. But I believe that if we as a people come together, we can make it better for everybody. We can clean up our streets, you guys. The streets is one thing that we all have in common. We all use them to go and come and do what we do. And the streets look horrible, especially in the city of Oakland. But I can say one thing, in the areas out there where we started cleaning up, and I'm not going to say it's because of us, but a lot of those streets are already becoming clean. There's people out there working on those streets right now. You know what I'm saying? I've even gone to some other areas where I've driven through a town. I'm like, man, it looks so nice here. It looks so peaceful. And I think when things are clean, things become peaceful, becomes manageable. And so that's what we're doing. We're giving of our time right now. I was also thinking of what else. What is it we do? Is being a servant. The word of God talks about the greater of these is the servant, those that will serve their people, that will serve their community. And we're just looking for some people to come out and serve us, serve the city, sir, just jump in and come and help us clean up some on a few areas. I see that we're going to keep going though, whether we get one person or I get 100 people. We're going to continue until somebody breaks. Either I'm going to break or the community's going to break, and they're going to come out there and help me move this trash out of the city. And then once we get it out of there, we're going to encourage people to go and clean up every day. Once we clean it up, then somebody needs to come back and pretty much collect all the little trash every day. If you guys saw what, like, if I'm going to take you maybe tomorrow, I just broke my phone, but I want to show you guys what a clean street looks like when there's no trash on it. And then I want to take you back down that same shit street in 24 hours so you guys can see what people do on our streets in a 24-hour period of time, what kind of things our streets collect. And if you guys could see that, just a time warp of how the streets can get filled up with trash in a week's time or even 2 weeks' time. You've got a cup that's been sitting there for weeks or days, and then another cup comes, and then another cup comes, then a bottle, and then it just accumulates. And I don't like that. And so because I don't like it, I'm gonna do something about it. And I'm asking people to come out and help me on Saturday morning, every Saturday morning, 9 a.m., 84th and International. And I'm hoping once we get enough people there, I see that it's going to happen. We're going to get a bunch of people there at some point, but we're going to keep going. If it's just me, I'm going to be out there by myself. Last week I got there and there was a gentleman there that I've known for years. I can't call his name right now. He came with his blower and his broom and his own stuff, and he just shut his stuff down and jumped right on in. Man, I was so appreciative. Then we had another gentleman. He was walking by us, and he was like, "Man, it looks so nice out here." And I said, "Man, won't you jump in here and help me?" He said, "Well, man, do you got a broom?" I said, "Man, here goes some shovels and some brooms and some gloves and a mask." And that brother he went to and he cleaned up a whole side of re-cleaned a whole side of the building. So I had to give him his props. That's just a young brother from the neighborhood. And we're just hoping that more people, even from the neighborhood, that would come out and help us. Because right now, 81st and International is one of the first corners of District 6. I want to take that corner back. I want to make that corner be clean. That's right there. The corner of 81st is where we got the chicken shack across the street too. What's the name of that place, y'all? I can't think of it. It's the one with the red awnings. I can't think of the name because I gotta call the name. But I went in and talked to them the other day and asked them if they could I asked them very nicely if they could make sure they clean up in front of their building, because I've driven by there and seen trash that had not been picked up at their building on some days. And the man said, yes, we hired somebody to come and do that. And I must say that the last week since we had that talk, his in front of his business has been impeccable. We also had that talk with the guy at 80th, at the liquor store on 80th. He had a lot of trash in his parking lot. He had trash in the gutters around the store. He had a trash can in front of his building that was running over with trash. And I just asked him, I said, sir, I know nobody probably ever asked you this, but this really bothers me, man, how dirty it is in front of your business. And you're in here making money. That's like going to bed in a dirty bed. You come in to go to sleep, but you're going to get in this dirty bed and go to sleep. No, you want to be clean. When you show up in the morning, sir, he said, man, I'm going to have somebody come over and clean that up this morning. I said, well, that's great, man. You need to start cleaning the door before you open your doors. When you open your doors in the morning, your first customer should be able to walk into a clean environment. Okay. And then when you leave at night, right before 30 minutes before you close down, you guys need to go out there and clean up and all the stuff that was dropped during the day. Or if you not do it a few times a day, go out there and clean up the trash that is dropped throughout the day. And then at the end of the day, you go out and clean up all the stuff that has accumulated since before the last time, and just keep your place spotless. And I'm going to tell you, people will start having pride in the city. People will start feeling proud of it. I feel so proud when we go out and drive past 81st and street to street. I mean, there's a sense of pride that I have in the work that we've done there. And I'm just asking other people to come and help. I know it's a great gesture, but a better gesture would be for me to get some help. You know, if you can't come, you can come at any time between 9 and 12 on Saturdays. If you can only stay 30 minutes, come lend a 30-minute hand. If you can come out and stay an hour, stay an hour, you know, and that's at 81st and International Boulevard every Saturday. I'm hoping that as the weather gets better and if we start getting enough people there, I'm going to ask one of the businesses out there if we can get a barbecue pit and throw a barbecue out there and have the community come out and feed some people and we have some fun. I don't know. I have a lot of ideas to make the community come together. You know, we're everybody, you know, a lot of us, we live in places and we don't even know who our neighbors are because when we were growing up, you know, we messed with everybody on the block, you know, but as you get older, you know, we don't really fraternize with everybody on our block. So I want to make it even at where I live. I'm looking at doing a block party on my bar, like a community just for our block, where everybody can come down and have a sandwich, get to meet each other, you know, and get to get people's numbers, you know, get to know people. If somebody's in your neighborhood doing something crazy, you have a phone tree of people in your neighborhood you can call to come and stop it. So nobody has to do anything by themselves. If somebody got it, I mean, we used to have a shooting gallery right in front of my building where they would shoot dope. And then the lady across the street, she used to see them on shooting dope. And we went out there together and we asked the man to move and he did. I mean, he was shooting dope right in front of my property. And she didn't want to go out there by herself. I said, come on, let's take care of it. And we went out there and we was able to get the man to move on. We had some people in the back that were living in the back of our unit one time, and I didn't see them. And somebody else, they called me and said, Kenny, do you know they're living behind the garage? And I'm like, nah, man. So they came and we went over there together and we got the man nice. He said, look, bro, you invading our privacy, man. You can't live back here. And the man, he apologized and he went on about his business. But I know there are females that wouldn't want to have that conversation with people in their neighborhood. That's why the men have to step up and be there and start getting involved in our community, you guys, at the ground level, at the street level. That's all I'm going to say. Here's the word, and I'm going to get out of here because I'm a little tired. I just wanted to come on for a couple minutes. January 26, 2022. It says, I keep hearing the phrase, what goes around comes around. It means that our actions will have consequences. Basically, if we want to be treated with respect, we must treat others with respect. If we want to be loved, we must be loving. When we disrespect others, we will be disrespected. Whatever we sow will produce a harvest that we will reap, whether good or bad. We get to choose. Galatians 6 and 7, do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever a man sows, that will he also reap. Just like gravity, anything that goes up is going to come down. If you treat people well, you'll be treated well. You know, if you treat people with disrespect, you will be disrespected. You know, and I'm just going to let it sit right there, you guys. Thanks for coming through. You guys come down to 81st International on Saturday, anywhere between 9 and 12. We also going to be, we have some other events coming up. You guys continue to stick with me. I appreciate you stopping by. And I'm a little tired tonight. It's the end of the night. It's been a long day. But I just wanted to come on and just be consistent and let folks know that we will be out on the street again on Saturday. All right? Peace and blessings. Oh, I thought I was off, you guys. I'm so sorry. I hit the off button, but I see that I'm still here. So I want to say good night to you guys. I know that was a long pause. I thought we had hit the end recording in the broadcast button, but I did not. Again, I'm going to say good night to you guys. I'm going to sit back and watch the video, and then I'm going to go chill out for the rest of the night. Peace and blessings.